Well, from Halloween deals to Halloween duds, Michelle Obama's Healthy School Lunch program is becoming more of a trick than a treat for many kids tonight. In fact, the Veteran Affairs Office in Philadelphia is the latest to jump on board the First Lady's movement, banning all candy from its Halloween parade. So what will the government be handing out instead? Joining me now, Caleb Bonham of Campus Report. Caleb, really? You can't have candy on Halloween? For goodness sakes.
Yeah, and they're passing out, they're urging that people pass out pencils instead. So now the kids are in a bad position because if they get a pencil instead of candy for Halloween, they may accidentally use that pencil as a fake gun and they'll get suspended. So these kids are in a really tough position.
So here is the memo, the Philadelphia VA memo to employees. This was obtained by the Blaze, by the way. No candy, please. If you would like to hand out treats during the parade, please give healthy snacks such as pretzels, raisins, granola bars, and sliced apples. You may want to consider gifts instead, such as pencils, crayons, and rings instead of snacks. I've got to think there's going to be a big reaction against this. This is going to create some negative, kind of talk among, not just among kids, but also parents.
Well, here's the absurdity, and we're seeing it all the time at the Leadership Institute's campus reform, the increase in the liberal busybody. Now, it would be one thing if they were trying to curb candy consumption because they anticipated the Obamacare dental plan was going to suck. But that's not necessarily the case here. They're doing this to curb behavior. And it is just as absurd if the VA were to release a memo within saying, hey, we're having a Halloween party, but we don't want to curb, we don't want kids dressing inappropriately later in life, so we're going to disallow all costumes. It is the same idea. It is silliness, and it is a waste of time, especially for a VA office like the one in Philadelphia.
Caleb, it's not just silly, it's also sort of tragic, because remember, the VA, the Veterans Administration, is the organization that has some 243,000 claims pending for our veterans to get care. Those claims pending 125 days or more. It seems to me that the VA has more important things to think about than whether kids are getting candy or not.
Exactly, and it shows an inappropriate prioritization at the VA. And while this is something very small, it probably took a very short amount of time for them to send out this memo, it shows politics. It shows that they're seeking out ways to advance Mrs. Obama's Get Fit plan, and it is an inappropriate thing to be distributing at a time where the Philadelphia VA office, as you mentioned earlier, is at the center of the scandal that exploded earlier this year, and it is quite tragic.
It is sad and disturbing. Unbelievable. Caleb, thanks for talking to us about the topic. Appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you, Jerry. Take care.
You as well. And when we come back, we head to a Brooklyn Popeyes restaurant. Yes.